Hello and welcome to our listeners, friends of WALA, WALA members, and non-members. My name is Jen Hunholtz, and I work in PRA's Client Relations Department. I'm here today to give you a brief overview of our firm, Plunkett Research Architects, and to introduce your speaker, Gregg Golden. So let's get started. First off, who we are. Plunkett Research Architects, also known as PRA, is a limited liability partnership and a multifaceted architectural and interior design firm. Many architectural firms are divided into studios. So each studio consists of a team of architects and designers that specialize in a specific building category, serving a project from inception through completion. For example, at PRA, our long-term care studio is dedicated specifically to planning and designing long-term care and senior living facilities. We've completed over 600 long-term care projects in our 78-year history, and we're dedicated to providing clients innovative design solutions that are cost-effective and promote market growth. Furthermore, 86% of our clients are repeat clients. So you may be wondering, what exactly is a repeat client? And to clarify, a repeat client is an existing client that chose to pursue additional project work and chose to work with PRA for a second, third, or in some cases, 15th time. Now, on to your speaker, Gregg Golden. Gregg is partner in charge of our long-term care studio here at PRA, and he has more than 20 years of long-term care planning and design experience. He attended the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Architecture and Urban Planning, and he holds NCARB registration in multiple states. Gregg lives in Muskego with his wife and 5 children. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Gregg, who will take you through PRA's facility master planning process. Gregg?
Thank you for the kind introduction, Jen. Now on to our presentation. The position that owners, operators of long-term care facilities, WALA, and leading age members find themselves in today is not an uncommon one. They ask me and pull me aside at the conferences and say, Gregg, what are the greatest strengths, weaknesses, opportunities out there? What's the future going to be? Any trends you can share? Any hot items? Then they ask themselves, how do we position ourselves, our services, our organization, our facilities, and brand the future? Should we right-size, renovate, build new, or add services? What are we missing? Will we be prepared for the demographic boom of our aging seniors in the future? What other additional services do we need? Let me tell you, with all my experience, I can tell you no organization or person has that magic crystal ball to answer everything. But one thing is constant, and that's change. Plan for change, expect and manage change, learn how to respond. Change is inevitable. You have already taken the first important steps in learning how to answer your questions by attending this webinar today, entitled PRA's Value Advantage Process to Facilities Master Planning, of which many of you already know as PRA's 8 Steps to Master Planning. I'm optimistic you will find this useful. I have one housekeeping rule, please. Please keep your cell phones turned on. That call is important, and don't worry, you won't miss anything, as you can always hit pause, or if you're so inclined, listen again. Unique to PRA and a key factor to success include a multi-step process titled PRA's 8 Steps to Master Planning. This master planning process will provide you with a sound basis of facts using baseline data for recording and deciding all necessary actions to implement a cost-effective master plan. Let's call it today a roadmap to meet your immediate and long-term vision. The master planning study portion of this work will establish a baseline. In the following slides, I will discuss in more details step 1 through 7, and then in concluding, a presentation of written summary, what we categorize the executive summary. Step 1, the existing facilities survey. Through a thorough walkthrough with the owner, architect, and facilities manager, and mechanical engineers, an evaluation and review of the existing conditions will be documented. A baseline report will be provided that outlines the existing conditions. The existing structural and mechanical systems will be evaluated on current use, occupancy, life expectancies, and the all-important code compliance. They will ask themselves, and we will evaluate, can these systems be repaired or added onto? Are they energy efficient? Or are there energy credits to help offset replacement? Peer-to-peer reviews, frontline staff, key stakeholders, residents, families, and executive boards can and should be surveyed with a customized questionnaire or interview. The question is, how far do you want to go? But you got to start by hearing what they think and what they see. This baseline of information on the current use of your existing buildings and systems is necessary as a starting point. Let me tell you that together we can set up a strategic plan addressing goals for future performance. Items include a thorough code review inclusive of firewalls, ADA compliance, and HFS surveys, a gathering and assembly of all the current conditions of the campus. Step 2, building space program. I like the word space program, but unfortunately, no, for all you Trekkies, this has nothing to do with NASA or Deep Space Nine. It is truly an evaluation of your current facility's square footage. This includes the development of a room-by-room space program based on existing and individual department space relationships. You will ask yourself, is charting by nursing? Are we missing any necessary rooms? What is the front staff using that room for? Are we efficient? Or the all-important question, do we have excess square footage? Existing square foot to market needs will be evaluated and discussed, not only for the existing spaces, but the proposed space program of the future vision. You will be able to compare side by side, as this slide shows you, existing to proposed square footage. As a total net square footage versus total gross square footage, it includes items like corridors, wall thicknesses, mechanical rooms, elevators, stair towers, and alike. It concludes with the total summary of total square footage for existing and proposed. Step 3, economic review. Includes the financial and operation projections for a proposed option or vision. Again, the questions. What if we do this? What if we enlarge this offering? What if we offer this new service? What if we add these beds? What if we reduce these beds? For organizations considering changes to operations and or developing a new service, a market study is vital to determine options like, what is needed in my community? What am I missing? What is the market demand of me? And am I implementing operational change? Or the question, how will I need to change for the future? Market studies can include secondary market research that includes market data, demographic assessments with competitive risks, This will outline the market need, and I want to emphasize the word market need. This is not a build it and they will come scenario. A financial analysis is encouraged to outline the financial benefits, risk to such options. Options will be uncovered and alternative designs discussed. Step 4, concept development. This is truly when the vision and stuff starts. The markers quite literally will come out. Some say the fun stuff, some say the pretty pictures. I call it a collaborative brainstorming session with the owner and architect. Alternative designs will be explored to quickly identify viable solutions for each component of the vision. Each option will be evaluated in a pro-con analysis on how it completes the goals and objectives that were identified prior. How do we do this? We will prepare concept block plans, unit plans, design perspectives, all and anything that you will need to understand. Sometimes even 3D videos are created. From this analysis of operations, the best option or two will be developed and derived for further development. The goal of this is to conclude with the alignment of design with the vision and goals. To outline the general scope, scale, and relationships of a selected option. Let me emphasize, step 4 may be repeated if necessary for the financial markets and the market data to align with the vision. Step 5, site utilization. From the findings of the prior steps, an existing facility survey, a block site plan is developed showing the building areas and massing, parking areas, parking counts, staff, resident circulations, drainage, utility access, green space. It really is a collaborative effort to be able to put all of that information on a site plan. The key is, if the site constraints cannot support the option, you need to know now. And I emphasize now, not later. Items to be evaluated include utilities, stormwater, electrical. You want to ask who, how much, and where should all this be located? How about that current zoning? Include building setbacks, building height restrictions, and that all-important process for city and municipal approvals. Site features inclusive of green space, park space, and walking gardens will all be designed into your site. Step 6, project scheduling. After development, the understanding of the project, a project schedule or schedules are created. All of the prior master planning steps and implications to your operations and delivery of the services will affect any proposed schedule. This example bar chart schedule outlines a single-phase schedule and answers these questions. How much time will it take to design and build? How much could I build at once? When would I expect to pre-market my units? What are my sales? When should I sell? When is occupancy? Some of these options and schedules may include remodeling and additions or new schedules. Some schedules can be very complicated if the desire is to keep the building in full operation. This schedule on the screen shows a detailed multi-step approach. You can see it extends the design and construction schedule much more than a single-phase approach. This approach is generally longer and can be more expensive to phase and build. In summary on the scheduling, it's important that whatever schedule you choose, the schedule is created collaboratively by both the architect, general contractor, constructor, and owners. Step 7, those ever-important cost estimates. Based on the findings through master planning steps 1 through 6, a project cost estimate will be established to identify expected quality and quantity of all the associated costs. This information of total project cost will allow you, the owner, the ability to budget, to bond, to finance, to view debt capacity, anticipate cash flow, and the revenue generations for each phase of the master plan. Let me tell you, when you put a cost estimate together, you need to include everything. What do I mean by everything? How about the hard and soft costs? Hard costs is the cost associated to the building. I generally refer to that as the brick and mortar cost. Soft costs include items like permits, marketing, professional, legal, land costs, moving. The cost estimates will include an inclusive total overall project costs. The last and final step, the 8-step reporting step. The entire process and outcomes will be documented in a published document, first in a draft format for the owner's review and approval, and then concluding with the final document. This document will allow you to see and show the vision and the all-important roadmap to the current and future stakeholders. You and your team will be able to make an informed decision on what to do. In closing, throughout and during this 8-step master planning process, you and your architect will work collaboratively to match your established vision and baseline to proceed. It will guide you to what the future may hold. You and your team will go well beyond the design of the built environment. You will verify the operations of the expanded services and that they're aligned with your mission, vision, and value. Well, we started the presentation with who, why, and how. Now let's answer the question when. When should you do this? Well, first you should continue to update the strategic plan every 3 to 5 years. You should plan for change, or at least be prepared for it. Update your facilities master plan on average of every 3, 5, or 7 years. Or please have one done. I tell you this because until a master plan is created, how do you answer your questions? How do you respond to your board? How do you provide care and service? You don't know. A master plan will help you with the roadmap. Thank you today. I hope you found this helpful, and thank you again for participating.